to all my 12th class students on my channel Digital Education by Meenakshi Kaushik. Students, today I will explain to you some important question answers of the chapter The Revolt of 1857. This chapter is very important for your examination point of view. And one more thing, the chapter is very lengthy chapter which cannot be completed in single day video. So students, I have divided this chapter in many parts. And these parts will cover your short question answers, long question answers, some other frequent question answers and table form question answers and some important dates. So students, watch my all the videos based on your social science subject regularly. Or whenever you are watching my videos, so please don't skip my videos and see my videos completely. It's my suggestion to you. And now student, very lesser time for your board examination. Hardly 3 and 4 months are left. So now I am providing the valuable question answers, important question answers, which will cover your syllabus also. So please watch my videos regularly and now please subscribe my channel Digital Education by Meenakshi Kaushik for new updates and for new notifications. Thank you.
Yes, student. See the slide. This is the question number first of the chapter, The Revolt of 1857. This question number one. A short note on the revolt of 1857. In this question, students, you have to write the introduction, the basic introduction of the revolt of 1857 about the first war of India's independence. So now, before writing the causes of the revolt of 1857, students, first of all, you have to write the introduction of the revolt of 1857. One more important point, student, the 12th class students, I will convey to you very lesser time in your hand. After the 2-3 months, you will have your pre-board examination in January month. In Feb month, Feb mid, again the second pre-board examination. And now in March, the first week of March, you will have your main board CBSE board examination. So students, you have to focus on your studies, on your subject very seriously, very attentively. These days, you have to utilize for your study purpose, for gaining maximum knowledge, maximum learning. Utilize your time period just to develop your knowledge, because in board examination you have to score maximum marks above 90, above 95%. One more thing, after the 12th class you also have to face your competitive exam, your entrance exam, such as suit examination. In suit examination, the humanities group students, there will be the papers. One paper will be your English, the second paper will be your general awareness paper, and the third paper will be your main paper. And the IP University competitive exam, entrance exam also will be conducted. So students, simultaneously, you have to prepare yourself not only for your covering your syllabus, but also you have to prepare yourself for your competitive exam simultaneously, because after 12th class you will have giving the board examination, you will have the lesser time for the preparation of the competitive exam. So now students, simultaneously you have to focus on that. So students, I have prepared your question answers accordingly based on your CBSE board examination pattern of your social science subject and humanities group students. So now students, in humanities, I am preparing the PYQs questions, some sample papers, some important question answers, short question answers, long question answers in table forms, important dates of historical events, historical battles, that all I am covering in my videos. Same I am applying in political science, in geography, and in economics. So students, watch my videos regularly and subscribe my channel Digital Education by Meenakshi Kaushik ma'am. So now students, be ready. The first very important chapter of history, the 12th class students, the revolt of 1857. So students, one basic point I would like to share with you, whenever you are writing your long question answer, 12th class students, generally what I observed, not only in the middle classes, even in the senior classes, in the long question answers, straightforwardly, they just write only the answer. Simply, they write the answer sometime in paragraphically form. Sometimes they are not mentioning the headings, points. So, whenever you are writing your long question answer, the 12th class students and the other 10th and 11th class students, these are my instructions. Always you have to write the basic introduction about the question. What do you know about the basic of the question? According to the language of the question, then you have to start writing your answer. Never throw your answer, never write your answer straightforwardly. These are the causes and this. Suppose one example I am giving to you, the revolt of 1857. Suppose in an exam, the CBSE board exam, what were the causes of the revolt of 1857? So what the generally the students they do, they write straightforwardly the political cause, economic cause, social cause and religious cause. They never mention their basic background, the introduction about the revolt of 1857. So students, firstly you have to mention the basic introduction, the basic background of the question, the topic, the revolt of 1857. So I am showing the one example to you in my this video. I have written here the firstly the basic introduction of the topic of the question in a form of question number 1. Short note on the revolt of 1857, or you can say the introduction of the revolt of 1857, and then question number 2 will come in my next slide, the causes of the revolt of 1857. One more important point, student, this chapter is very important, very scoring topic है ये for your examination point of view, maximum marks weightage gaining है. This revolt of 1857, UPSC is one of the most important topics for the UPSC IAS exam. This is the chapter, the revolt of 1857. Most important topic है for UPSC in IAS exam. It covers a significant part of the modern history subject in the mains in general studies, part 1 paper. So general studies part 1 paper of the UPSC prelims syllabus में है. तो this is the general study paper है, part 1 paper है, that is of UPSC prelims paper है. So in prelims paper in modern history, this is the one of the most important topic, the revolt of 1857. And this chapter also, the some questions also came from the chapter, the revolt of 1857 in NDA exams. So means to say that students, whether your suit examination है, IIP यूनिवर्सिटीज एग्जामिनेशन एंट्रेंस एग्जाम है, या IAS एग्जाम्स हैं, UPSC एग्जाम्स हैं, स्टेट लेवल एग्जाम्स हैं, NDA एग्जाम्स हैं, या अदर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम्स हैं, your social science subject is most important subject which will cover your journal studies, your journal awareness. And you can enhance your journal awareness, your journal studies only when you are maximally devoting yourself and seriously devoting yourself on this subject. You have to be very attentive. You have to devote much time to gain knowledge, to gain learning from this subject, social science, which will be very, very helpful to you to crack your all types of competitive exams. So, students, now my all videos will be based on your syllabus, CBSE syllabus, in which I will provide to you, again I am repeating, short questions, long questions, frequent asked questions, MCQ type of questions, table form of questions, and other journal questions. Or simultaneously, my these all questions, my all these videos will be very helpful to you to gain knowledge, to enhance your knowledge for cracking, for clearing of your competitive exams, SUIT examination and IP University examination and your other competitive examinations. So students, please watch my videos regularly and subscribe my channel Digital Education by Meenakshi Kaushik ma'am. Or one more thing, I am a SST teacher, social science teacher, school teacher. I know that what are the plus points of the students and what are the negative in their study part, where the students are losing their marks in social science subject, where they are lacking. So I know all the plus and minus points among the students, and accordingly I am preparing my videos, my slides, and accordingly I take my SST online classes. Students, one more thing, if you want to gain maximum knowledge and the depth knowledge of your syllabus, because your exams are coming, board exams, hardly 3-4 months are left, so you can join my SST online classes. All the board class students, 10th class students, 12th class students, 11th, and I am taking the SST online classes of the senior classes, where I am not covering only their CBSE syllabus as well as I am covering their competitive exams pattern. Competitive exams syllabus I am also covering simultaneously. So now students, now I'm going to explain the question number 1, which is very important. Please focus on that, or simultaneously you can take the screenshot. You can note down in your SST notepad. Student, this question is very lengthy. Already I told you the political cause and the economic causes. I explained today only in this video. In my part 2 video, I will explain to you the socio-religious causes and the administrative causes and the immediate cause of the revolt of 1857. In next video, frequent asked questions, and the next other videos, MCQs based questions of the revolt of 1857. And then last, I will give you the some questions, some general questions of previous years. I will make the videos on that. So please watch my videos. Again, I am repeating regularly. Now come on the topic. The revolt of 1857. The revolt of 1857 was the first major challenge to British rule in India. This was the first major challenge. According to the historian V.D. Savarkar, a great writer and author, nationalistic leader also, and the historian V.D. Savarkar, he said about the revolt of 1857, it was the first war of India's independence. The revolt of 1857, the first war of India's independence, and this revolt, students, broke out on May 11. Please note down the date in MCQ. Generally, this question comes on May 11, 1857 at Meerut. Or this Meerut, it is a very small town near Delhi. And soon after, this revolt spread over to other parts of the India, our country, India. And now slowly it became a full-fledged rebellion against the British rule, against the British colonial rule. The main aim of the rebels of this revolt was to shut out the Britishers from India, just to drive the Britishers out of India. This was the basic motto of the revolt of 1857, in short. But the revolt of 1857 was not a successful revolt. Generally, the question coming in board examination, was the revolt of 1857 a successful revolt or not? Explain it. In this way, generally the question comes in board examination. So you have to prepare accordingly. I will tell you in my next online SST classes, in next videos. The revolt was crushed after a long and hard-fought battle. But this revolt left a deep impact on the course of Indian history. This revolt of 1857, in reality, though it was not a successful revolt, but this revolt left a deep impact on Indian history. It showed the people of India that they could unitedly challenge the British rule, the colonial rule, and they can raise their voice against the exploitation of the Britishers. And also inspired this revolt of 1857 to our future generations to fight for independence. So students, this revolt of 1857 played a very important role in our Indian history. This was a revolt which created the background of our upcoming Indian nationalistic movements, which I also explained to you and give you some important questions after the completion of the chapter, the revolt of 1857. So this revolt of 1857, which created a background for our upcoming nationalistic movements and revolts. And that's why the nationalistic movement divided in three parts: the moderate leaders, the extremist leaders, and the revolutionary leaders. I will explain to you in detail in my next videos. Up now students, I am going to tell you about the next question number 2. What were the causes of the revolt of 1857? I will explain to you in the detail, but today I will tell you only the two causes, the political cause and the economic causes. And the next video and next part 2, I will explain to you the socio-religious causes, the immediate cause and the administrative causes. So now I am going to explain the political cause of the revolt of 1857. So simultaneously you have to listen to me as well as take the screenshot of the questions. So friends, only in my videos I am not only showing you the answers, question answers only. Just simply in the other videos, I have seen some other videos where the educators, they are showing only simply the slides, ki these are the causes and these are the answers and this and that. Simultaneously with my videos, I am explaining to you the question how the question will be framed, how the question will be come in an examination, how you have to attempt the answers, how you have to write the answers, and I'm also explaining the answers simultaneously with the slide. This is my own way. The way of teaching, my way of means the way of giving the learning part to my students, that should be clear cut to my students. That should be approached to my students clearly. This is basically my motto. Whatever I am giving, whatever I am teaching to my students, giving the knowledge to my students, that should be approached my students by my students clearly. And my each and every concept of the chapter, it should be clear cut to the students. Clear cut, they have to keep in their mind. Yes, on this topic, ma'am explained on that, ma'am taught to us, ma'am given these answers, and now we grasped it, and now clearly I understood the topic. This type of means the feedback I want to take from my students. So now students, I am going to explain the political cause of the revolt of 1857. Now students, see the question number 2. The causes of the revolt of 1857. What were the causes of the revolt of 1857? The expansionist and the imperialistic policies of the British East India Company, which was established in 1600 AD. 1600 AD, 1600 AD. The company had the negative impacts on all sections of society, including rulers, peasants, and traders. And this revolt of 1857 was not only triggered by one policy or event. Instead, it arose from a combination of political, economic, administrative, and socio-religious factors. So now students, I will explain today the first factor, a very important factor, the political cause of the revolt of 1857. So now see the political cause of the revolt of 1857. This is the answer, student. You have to write the answer in this way in your answer sheet. Political cause heading you have to write, underline, and then write it. The first point, in the late 1840s, Lord Dalhousie, the time period of Lord Dalhousie, 1848 to 1856, please note down. 1848 to 1856, this was the time period of Lord Dalhousie. Implemented the policy Doctrine of Lapse. This was the policy Doctrine of Lapse, basically introduced by the Lord Dalhousie, a British East India Company, just for the territorial expansion of British Empire on India. Only for the territorial expansion of British East India Company in India. This policy was implemented by Lord Dalhousie. And the Doctrine of Lapse, the second point, the policy introduced by British India Company and denied the adopted children of the rulers and their right to succession. And here, the one of the greatest example in Indian history, Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi. And this policy, the Doctrine of Lapse, implemented by the Lord Dalhousie on Rani Lakshmi Bai, because she was not having his own son. She was having the adopted son. And that was not accepted by Lord Dalhousie. Or ultimately, when this policy was implemented, then Rani Lakshmi Bai conveyed to Lord Dalhousie, one day I will meet you on battlefield. And then she participated in the revolt of 1857. The next third point, Britishers also enforced some other aggressive policies like subsidiary alliance introduced by Lord Wellesley. And this policy was the effective control and intervening in the internal affairs of Indian states, which further fueled discontent among the rulers. And one more policy in beginning, dual system, that was also introduced by Lord Clive. Dual system. This was the another policy that was introduced by Lord Clive in the beginning, the another cause of the revolt of 1857. Now, policy of paramountcy was the another cause, the political cause of the revolt of 1857. And now next, after the death of Mughal ruler Fakhruddin, the Lord Canning proclaimed that the succeeding prince must renounce legal titles and ancestral properties of the Mughal Empire, which deeply affect sentiments of Indian Muslims. That is the another political cause. So means to say that students, the policies of the British East India Company, a British Empire, doctrine of lapse, subsidiary line system, policy of paramountcy, dual system, all these policies were the basic reason, were the basic political cause for the emergence of the revolt of 1857. Next, I am going to explain the economic cause. Yes, friends, see the slide. The second cause, economic cause. In economic cause, the first point, see, the peasants, the farmers suffered a lot. Land revenue policies, the different land revenue policies which were introduced by the British East India Company, and all they had, the farmers, they had faced heavy taxes which were imposed by the British East India Company on them, and now they resorting to loans with the high interest rates from money lenders and traders. Second number point, non-payment resulted in the confiscation of their lands, leaving them without a means of livelihood. This is the second economic factor. The third factor, economic factor, with the annexation of Indian states by the Britishers, rulers could no longer support artisans and craftsmen, crafts workers, leading them to a state of miseries, their problems. Number 4 point, the economic policies of the British East India Company had a devastating impact on Indian industries and on Indian handicrafts. Indian handicrafts, Indian weavers suffered a lot. They suffered a lot due to the policies of the Britishers. The next point, they imposed steep tariffs on Indian goods, causing a decline in the export of cotton and silk, which eventually, see by the mid 19th century. To straight, all these were the economic causes of the revolt of 1857. So students, you have to take the screenshot simultaneously. The political cause already I think you have taken, and the economic cause. Next cause is the socio-religious causes, immediate cause, administrative causes. I will explain in the part 2, the revolt of 1857 video. So please watch my video regularly. Don't skip any video of the chapter the revolt of 1857. And now at last friends, please subscribe my channel Digital Education by Meenakshi Kaushik for new updates and new notifications. Thank you.